I'm auditioning for Aladdin on Broadway today, and I'm gonna bring you with me. I've been dancing since I was 3. I went to college for dance, and now I'm doing this professionally. I left the industry for a second during COVID, but I had no choice, and now we're back at it in my 30s. Something that's really cool about auditioning for Aladdin today is that it was actually the first Broadway musical I ever auditioned for. I was fresh out of college, I was 22 years old, I was not a part of the union. I got there at 7 o'clock, and I wanted to sign up to get seen by the union people, even though sometimes you don't get seen if you're a non-union person, and I was at the time. I was fully dressed, full hair, full makeup at 7 o'clock in the morning. I literally had to wake up at 4:30 to leave my place in Jersey and get there in time. And I've auditioned for Aladdin a few times, but today is a very full circle moment for me, so I'm excited to get back at it. So first things first, I'm gonna show you what I'm bringing to New York, especially because I am a girl who lives in South Jersey, so it takes me a minute to get to New York, and the audition's at 2, so we gotta get going. Okay, first things first, when you're going to an audition, you're typically wearing some kind of workout outfit or any kind of form-fitting clothing. This is what I'm wearing today, this cute little set from FP Movement. I love the color, I feel like it looks very good on my skin tone, and I feel very confident in it. Really, at the end of the day, when it comes to audition attire, you wanna pick something that makes you feel your best. And I wear this set all the time. I also have it in black. I feel like it just looks really nice, and it always makes me feel like I'm gonna nail it. Okay, so let's talk about what I'm bringing to New York City with me for the audition. Whenever auditions are posted, they tell you what type of shoes they want you to bring. So for today, I am bringing character shoes or character heels, a pair of jazz shoes, and a pair of ballet shoes. Most of the time, the female identifying dancers tend to wear heels in the show. Sometimes you're wearing flats, but most of the time it's gonna be a heel. Next, I have my binder. Every single performer has one of these because you either have to dance first and then sing, or sing first and then dance whenever you're going to an audition. It kind of depends on what audition you're going to. So how it works is I have a bunch of different songs in here that I know that I will sing for different shows depending on if I get asked to sing or not. Some performers have like 4 songs, some performers have a book of 30 songs. It really just kind of depends on the person. I always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if you have a song that's working really well for you, lots of people will just sing that song every single audition, and honestly, I love that. And then I have my headshot and resume. I love this picture. It still looks like me, my hair is different now, and I don't have pictures with my natural hair because these got taken right before COVID, and I haven't gotten new headshots because I didn't know if I was gonna continue performing. I am now, but my hair has grown a lot since then, and I am not sure. I probably should get curly hair pictures, but just kind of haven't really gotten around to it, and right now I don't know if it's gonna happen. The main thing is that my face looks like me and my hair is the same color, and it is still longer than a pixie cut, so we're good. This is just for my personal enjoyment, but I am very into reading these days. I'm trying to be in my reading girl era, so a Kindle for the train is always the way to go. I like to be occupied with something that isn't my phone. I try. I do my best. When it comes to my makeup bag, we are only bringing the essentials. Mouthwash after I eat something, and also before I sing. I feel like I like to switch around with this to kind of clear the throat out a little bit. A neutral lipstick. This is the kind that changes with your pH, so I really like the way this comes out on me. Powder, because I'm an oily girl and it's gonna be hot, so I wanna make sure that I am pressed and ready to go. And a little bit of foundation if I need to touch up anything. And then deodorant, because obviously you're dancing, you're sweaty, you're gross. I have forgotten my deodorant in the past, and I've had to text friends who I knew were gonna be at this audition and be like, hey, can you please bring that for me? Thank you so much. Then I'm bringing my handy dandy lunchbox with me. I love this lunchbox. This is one of my favorite purchases. Inside, I've got a turkey sandwich, some chips, an orange, and a protein bar. You just never know how long these things are gonna be, and so I like to have a lot of snacks because I will get hangry, and I really hate to be hangry, especially before an audition. And a water bottle because you gotta stay hydrated. I like to bring this in the audition room with me because it gets really warm in there. There's a bunch of people, you're dancing, you're sweating, it's just really humid. It's New York City, so the air conditioning is questionable sometimes, especially in a dance studio. So I always bring this in there so I don't die. All right, so that's everything I'm bringing to New York, so let's go. Off we go to New York. The train station's about 35 minutes away from where I live, and the train ride itself is anywhere between an hour and 20 minutes. So let's get going. Okay, so we made it to the train station, and I actually just had a mini panic attack because I thought I left my wallet at home, which, you know, nowadays with Apple Pay and everything like that, I would be able to pay for parking, but you aren't allowed into the building where auditions are held if you don't have an ID. And if I didn't have my ID, this trip wouldn't be worth it. So, but I have it, thank God. Also, I cannot film when I go into the actual audition room, but I will do my best to film as much as possible. So here we go. Fabulous train station. Gonna take us to New York. Kill the audition. Okay, we made it to New York, and it is much colder here than it was in New Jersey, but now we're walking to the audition, and And then sometimes they ask you to sing the same day. Sometimes they ask you to come back a different day. This time, if you are kept to sing, you will come back a different day. But it went really well. It was super fun. And fingers crossed that I get called back. Also, my hair grew 5 sizes. Huge, crazy. So now back to New Jersey we go. Basically, I come in on the train and I take about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours to get here. And then you go into the audition room. You can be in there for anywhere from like 10 minutes to an hour. And today's was about 40 minutes long. So now we go back to Jersey. And then the worst part about this entire thing is that you just wait. You wait and you wait and you see if you hear something, and then hopefully you do. And if you do, it'll be a callback to come in and dance some more. There really is something so special about coming to New York. Like every time I come here, I feel like there's just such a magical energy. And I do miss living here sometimes. I can't lie. I'm out of breath from just walking up 5 flights of stairs. But something else that I forgot to mention is that a cool thing that happened at the call today was that they asked you after everybody danced your tap ability, because there is tap dancing in Aladdin. They did not need to see any of that today, but it's very exciting because I am a tapper and tap is one of my favorite things to dance. So after we each went, they asked us individually if we could tap. And I love tap dancing in shows, so that was very exciting. Oh my God, I am so out of breath, I am dying. Also, one of the moves we had to do in the combo was drop down into a lunge and then slide back up. I can already tell them my right quad, we are gonna be having a really tough time tomorrow. Made it home, I am finally home. This was such a good day. I really felt so good about that audition. Now we just have to wait and see what happens. The worst part about this industry is that 95% of the time you're just kind of waiting for the next step, if there ever is one, so you sometimes just never hear, and that's kind of how it goes. But yes, this was my Broadway audition of the week. I actually have another one coming up in 2 days. That's for Chicago on Broadway. I would die to be in Chicago on Broadway. That would be amazing. But if you have any questions about what it's like auditioning for a Broadway show, how you sign up to audition for a Broadway show, how you do it if you're in the union versus not in the union. I am in the union, so that makes things a little bit different. How I got into performing, how you can get into performing, do you need to go to college for it, all those kinds of things. Let me know if you have any questions, and I would love to make more videos like this. But so excited to take you on the journey today, and let's book Broadway.